my Jesus Stories fans. Today I will explain to you what is Jesus Stories. I mean what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Jesus Stories means that I'm interacting with famous girls in Instagram. You know what I mean? So I send them messages and vocals and videos in Instagram, and they reply to me indirectly in stories and publications. You know what I mean? They don't reply to me directly in message. No. You know what I mean? They reply to me indirectly, you know what I mean, in stories and publications. You know what I mean? So for example, let's say Dua Lipa, for example. If you will notice her stories now, you know what I mean? What she's posting now, the stories, you know what I mean? You will find her that she's interacting with her fans normally. You know what I mean? You got me? But there is hidden interaction between me and her. Only me and her, we know that. You know what I mean? You got me? So for example, let's say she's saying in story, I love you, and she's wearing some specific color that I told her in Instagram. You know what I mean? I told her I like this color, and this color between me and you. For example, orange color. It's between me and you, Dua Lipa. You know what I mean? And she's wearing orange. You know it's orange. You think that, you know what I mean? It's normal, she's wearing orange normally. But that's a message to me. So I'm telling her things. I'm telling her things, you know what I mean? In Instagram, I share with her things in Instagram that you don't know. You don't know those things that I'm sharing with her. You know what I mean? And she's interacting with me, you know what I mean? And directly in those stories, you know what I mean? And publications. You know what I mean? So that's Jesus Stories. And I started this interaction from 2020. And I'm talking to many famous girls like that. You know what I mean? You got me? And if you ask me, you know what I mean, why they don't reply to you directly, you know what I mean? The answer is I'm interacting with them as their boyfriend. You know what I mean? Romantically, their boyfriend. You know what I mean? And I'm not in their level of fame. They're famous, I'm not famous like them. And I'm not just fan talking there. I'm declaring myself as their boyfriend. You know what I mean? You got me? A fan that you want to be their boyfriend. You know what I mean? You got me? So they're famous, I'm not famous like them, and I want to be in a relationship with them, so they can't show that easily. You know what I mean? It's very difficult to show that easily. You know what I mean? So that's the interaction, you know what I mean, between me, you know what I mean, and those girls, you know what I mean? You catch me, what I mean? And those girls like Dua Lipa, you know what I mean, they released some songs, you know what I mean? You catch me, what I mean? And they send me messages in those songs, and I explained that in this channel. Watch the video Training Season song, you know what I mean? The truth about Training Season song. You know what I mean? Training Season, it's about me. She sent me, Dua Lipa, she sent me messages, you know what I mean? In that song. You know what I mean? You got me? Houdini. You know what I mean? And also Taylor Swift in Willow, song Willow. You know what I mean? You got me? And Fortnite. You know what I mean? So they sent me messages, you know what I mean? In those songs, and you know what I mean? And their interaction with me. You know what I mean? So when you will understand this, you know what I mean? You catch me? You will find in their stories, you know what I mean? That's their interaction with me. You will understand, you will follow that, and you will start understanding the message that they send me. You know what I mean? The people that they know, that's me, I'm interacting and sending them messages, you know what I mean? In Instagram, they know that those girls, they reply to me indirectly. Because you go or you watch, you know what I mean, the stories, and you understand that there is some indirect message, and you start understanding. You know what I mean? So that's the, and that's, you know what I mean? what's Jesus stories, you know what I mean? And stories comes from story. The story of Instagram. Stories, Jesus stories. Story comes from, you know what I mean? Story of Instagram. That's Jesus stories communication. So that's